pretty much sellouts the first week of the Beethoven Festival.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. I think we are really overwhelmed by the response from the audience, and you know, having over 4,000 people for the first two concerts, it's a quite an achievement. We're very happy.
So where are we moving from Beethoven 1 and Beethoven 3 toward this week, 2, 4, and 5?
This week is the marathon week. So it's the only concert with 3 full symphonies. And they are all very different from each other. We have number 2 in the beginning. 2 is maybe one of the least played symphonies. I don't know why, because it's a wonderful piece. It's very playful, very well crafted, extremely fast and virtuosic, with a lot of humor. Not the Beethoven, the cliche Beethoven, the man who struggles and fights and destiny, but this is the Beethoven who's playful, who's a virtuoso, who has fun writing this piece. Number 4 is a very ethereal piece. It starts already very ethereal. In no man's land, we don't know where he really is. And he guides us through this. It's almost like in Mahler 1, this opening of nature awakening. And again, with an extremely playful finale and one of the most beautiful slow movements. 5 is again now the Beethoven of the odd numbers. As I said before, the Beethoven fighting fate, the rebellion, the revolutionary, the one who wants to change the way we look at composers, we look at music, and the way music influences society. So 5 is Beethoven fitting his own cliche in a certain way, because this famous opening that was quoted so many times, apart from the fact that this is the Morse code for victory. That's why the British used it during the Second World War, and it was Churchill's signal. 5 is really showing that with very little, like 2 notes and 1 rhythm, you can write an entire symphony and make it such a great popular piece.
So did Beethoven ever write for posterity what he meant with all of these symphonies, these 9 symphonies of his? I know he didn't probably write program notes, but he certainly must have written to friends. I mean, what moved him to write 2, 4, and 5?
He wrote a lot what moved him to write music. I think this is a very important thing. For him, music was really the bridge between the sensual and the spiritual life. And that's a very important thing, because we are in the period between Enlightenment that led to the French Revolution, finally, and the Romantic era. The biggest conflict, and that was Schiller wrote, who wrote the words to the Ode to Joy, is the Enlightenment was very important, but it's a very theoretical and very cerebral, is that the right word? A very intellectual. It's cerebral. It's a very intellectual approach. What we are missing is the emotional context, and that, I think, was Beethoven's mission, bringing that together. The intellectual achievements of the Enlightenment and the emotional contents of the Romantic era marry in Beethoven's symphony, and that's where the solution of mankind lies. You can't make any good decisions without an emotional content.
I'm always moved by the fact that Brahms was so intimidated by Beethoven that he waited for so long before he even attempted to write.
And that was the destiny for basically every composer following, whether it was Schumann, Brahms, even Mendelssohn with real symphonies. He started leaving the shadow of Beethoven behind took quite a while, and it still takes a while. It took, you know, then composers later came, like Shostakovich, and embraced Beethoven and didn't even try to leave that shadow behind.
But we're looking forward to this weekend.
It's going to be an amazing experience.
Thank you, Maestro.
Of endurance and vigorous energy. Thank you.
Thank you, Maestro.